Hi, I'm Dwayne,
And I'm Brian.
and we're here to introduce you to the Triple B Tritip burger.
But before we do that, we'd like to tell you a little bit about ourselves. I'm a 27-year veteran retired police officer working here and used to work here in the San Joaquin Valley. And Dwayne,
I'm a 911 dispatcher, soon to be retired. Nice thing about being a 911 dispatcher, I worked in the same department Brian did, and I told him where to go.
and now he does, just kind of in a little different way.
One thing that people often ask us is they'll look at us and ask us if we're twins. We're not twins. We were actually 11 months apart, born 11 months apart.
And anyway, anybody can tell the difference between him and I. I am so much better looking than he is.
Really?
Come on, it's true.
There's a way to tell us apart. I'm the short one in a wheelchair. Brian, he's the tall one with an ego and a fat head.
Ah, here we go again.
All the
right.
time.
I think we should just go in there and show them how to cook a Triple B.
Let's do it.
Bang. Okay, so we start with the Triple B by using a tri-tip, and we do a coarse grind on our tri-tip. The tri-tip is a rather lean cut of meat, so what we do is we infuse into that bacon. So, because what's better to make a burger than bacon fat, get pork fat. So we put that in with our tri-tip on a 3-to-1 basis, 3 pounds of tri-tip to 1 pound of bacon, and we use Sunny Valley flavored smoked bacon ends and pieces that are actually manufactured here in our hometown of Manteca. But I want Dwayne to tell you a little bit about tri-tip and where it was developed.
Tri-tip actually came about in the 50s as a roast in the city of Santa Maria. It actually, they started roasting it as a barbecue roast. But before that, tri-tip was actually used as cube steak or made in stews and also ground up as hamburger. A lot of people don't know that it was used as hamburger. So we've gone back to the old times to create a hamburger out of tri-tip.
And two of the other kinds of bacons we're going to use for this dish, for this burger, is we use a peppered bacon, which we use basically in our spread, and we use an applewood smoked bacon, which is when you're having a bacon burger, of course you want some bacon on that burger, not just in the burger. So we do that and we put that on the burger.
First we start with the tri-tip. We cut it with the grain. It makes the actual grinding of the tri-tip easier. And if you look at the tri-tip, the marbling on it, isn't that nice? A little bit of fat in there. The rest is all meat. Looks good. And get this set up for the grinder. I think we're ready to go with that. Then we'll add our pound of bacon to go with that, bacon chunks, and we're ready to start grinding.
Okay, so now we're going to grind the tri-tip. And what we do is we use a coarse grind on the tri-tip because a coarse grind gives you more of a meaty, steaky feel. As you can see, we mix, as we do this, we kind of alternate between tri-tip and bacon, so we get a good mixture of them going through as we do it. So since this is all we're doing at the moment, and when we're done with this, we'll give you a shot of what the actual final product looks like. Okay, so this is how your tri-tip and bacon mixture looks after it's been coarsely ground and put together, mixed together, and now it's basically ready to be formed into patties. But before we do that, we're going to do a few other things like cooking up some bacon and getting our rolls ready. We actually made homemade brioche hamburger buns yesterday that we will be using to as a vehicle for these burgers. Okay, so we finished cooking up the bacon and the house smells amazing.
And I can't keep Brian's hands out of it.
What can I say? I love bacon.
Nothing better than bacon.
So
The
what
house
we're
is
going to do
great.
now is we're going to go ahead and make the pimento cheese bacon spread that we use to put on the brioche buns to carry the flavor of this Triple B burger. So first what we start with is 3 ounces of cream cheese. And what you want to do with the cream cheese is you want to whip it to get some air in it and make it a little bit fluffy. So that's what I use this for.
Because Brian likes fluffy.
Oh, fluffy is good. And what you want to do is you want to get in there, you want to have that cream cheese at room temperature, because if it's cold, it will not fluff up. So you got to let that sit out for a couple hours, get it to room temperature, then you can fluff it up. And here we go. Alright, it doesn't take long. We have some fluffy cream cheese here. And I need to get me a spatula here to basically wipe down the sides, get that all in the middle. There we go. Nice and fluffed up. That works. And then what we want to do is we want to add the mayonnaise. Take about a half cup of mayonnaise. And you make sure you get all that cleaned out of there. And then you want your onion. About a teaspoon of grated white onion. And then of course pimento cheese spread would not be good without pimentos. So we got some nice drained pimentos I'm going to put in there. And everybody loves cheese on their bacon cheeseburger, but what we do, instead of putting the cheese over the top and melting it, we put it in the spread. So we have a cup of sharp cheddar we throw in there, and a cup of Monterey Jack.
And we have the dog that runs the house. He's decided to speak up at this point.
Hush, mister. Of course, bacon spread would not be good without about a cup or so of bacon.
This is where we use our peppered bacon. It gives it a contrast. The pepper gives it a contrast to the sweetness of the cream cheese and mayonnaise that we add to it.
Then we have a seasoning mix that we make ourselves. This is 2 parts salt to 1 part pepper and 1 part of garlic powder. You don't need a lot of seasoning in this because it pretty much seasons through with the salt from the bacon. And what you want to do is you want to stir that all together, get it all mixed in and well incorporated. And once you've got it done like that, you now have your pimento cheese spread.
With bacon.
And of course, as with anything you cook, or anything you prepare, such as this, you need to taste to make sure it's properly seasoned. Me and Dwayne both like to taste together, so we can kind of bounce it off each other to say, well, maybe needs a little of this or maybe a little of that.
That's perfect.
Yeah, no changes here. That is delicious. That is going to go great with this Triple B. So, we're getting ready now to prepare the burgers, and that's what you'll see next is us getting the burgers ready to be fried and put on the buns. Okay, so now we're getting ready to form the patties that we're going to make for our hamburgers, our Triple B burgers. But first I want to tell you a little bit about our bun. This is our brioche, our homemade brioche buns. And we make brioche because it's a really good solid bun. It holds up well to a nice juicy burger, and it's got a lot of butter in it. And if you've ever been to a steakhouse and ordered a steak, they baste that steak in butter, and then when they bring it to your plate, it's got a nice pat of butter on the top just melting over it. It's so beautiful. So the flavor of butter in this bun just adds to the flavor of bacon and the flavor of tri-tip in this beautiful hamburger that we're about to make. So I'm going to let Dwayne tell you a little bit about how we prepare the tri-tip patty.
You know, the tri-tip patty will usually take about 8 ounces of the tri-tip bacon mixture. And when we prepare it, we want to prepare it just slightly larger than the bun, and it's prepared in a rectangle, which gives it the shape of the bun. A reason for doing that is we figure that when you put bacon on the bun or on your burger, it's long, and that makes our patties long to where the bacon just fits the long ways on the bun. Now you might be asking yourself, what is a Triple B? Why did they name it Triple B? Well, the reason we named Triple B is because it has bacon, bacon, and bacon. We use 3 types of bacon on this. And Guy Fieri has his Triple G and his Triple D. Well, the Horth brothers, Brian and Dwayne, have the Triple B.
And we're hoping that someday
And there's
the
your
Triple
patty.
B will be profiled on either Triple D or Triple G. Okay, so now we're going to grill, or actually grill on the stove, the tri-tip bacon burgers. So what we do first is we go ahead and pepper them. We don't put salt on these because with the bacon in there, they have plenty of salt flavor, and you really don't want to over salt them. So what we do is we do it this way, and what I do is I have a double burner going. On the back I have a high heat, and on the front I have a medium heat. So that what I can do is I can put it on the back here, and you hear that nice sear going? That's what we want to hear. You get that sear going on there on the back heat. You want to get it started there. So we're going to do 3 for now. And we're going to let those go for a couple of minutes while we get that sear going. You don't want to lift them up too soon, because they'll break apart if you don't give them a chance to really start to solidify and start to build that burger. So you gotta let it go for a minute. Okay, so while the burgers are grilling, what we're doing is we're gonna go ahead and prep the rolls for toasting. And what we do is we take the bacon grease that we use to make the bacon, to fry up the bacon, and we put bacon grease instead. A lot of people use butter. We use the bacon grease to go ahead and just get that extra bacon flavor on these brioche rolls. So we reserve that grease, and that's what we use to get a nice toast with that butter already that's in these rolls on these rolls before we put the actual spread and hamburgers on them. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build our burgers. What we're going to do is we're going to build one that's going to look like the completed burger, and we're going to build the other one the way that we actually serve them, with the accoutrements on the side, so that the person who's enjoying this beautiful Triple B will be able to add what they want on there, and if there's something they don't want, they can leave it aside. So what we first do is we start by putting our spread on our grilled rolls, which we grilled with that bacon grease. And what you do, of course, with this spread is you want it end to end. You want to make sure you cover the whole roll. And that's exactly what you're looking for there. So we're going to do both of these. You can see that cheese in there nice and thick. It's not ground in, and the pimentos are standing out. All that flavor from the spice mix and the onions. And there we go with that. So next, of course, we're going to take the bottoms. We're going to go ahead and put them on the plate. Just like so. Then we're going to grab these beautiful burgers that we made, and we're going to go ahead and put that on the bottom. Look at that, perfect fit.
Once the burgers were done grilling, we let them sit for about 5 minutes. So let the juices just meld into the burger itself. Everything got to rest, and hopefully it's going to be at a mid-rare temperature inside.
Mid-rare to medium.
That's what we're looking for, is a mid-rare.
And we use butter lettuce on our burgers. And the reason we do that is because the color is just amazing, and it's got a creamy, buttery flavor to it, which of course butter on steak or meat is just amazing. And we use a kosher pickle, just one, a couple of nice fresh vine ripened tomatoes, and just a little bit of red onion. And that gives you your actual burger. And we're going to top that. And the pièce de résistance, that's about the only French I really know, other than c'est la vie, is our signature bacon lolly. And there you go. And of course, on this one, because you're going to make it yourself, oh, I'm sorry, back up. We forgot a little bit of bacon on this.
Gotta have the bacon.
Where were you to remind me? Come on. There we go.
See how that bacon fits on there perfectly.
And then we put it back down there and stick it. Perfect. And of course, we're going to put a little bacon on this guy, because you can't have a bacon burger without bacon. And then cap it, and boom.
And Brian and I, sometimes we don't see eye to eye. One of the things that I kind of question is the bacon lolly. We call it a bacon lolly, but I think it should be more of a dessert bacon. So I think we should include like a maple candy dipped in the bacon dipped in a maple candy. So when you're done with your burger, you have a nice little bacon candy lolly at the end of your burger. Brian doesn't agree with that.
Savory, not sweet. This is not a sweet dish, it's savory. So that's what you're looking for. And there you have it, the Triple B. Bacon, bacon, and bacon. With a little extra touch of
Bacon.
bacon. Okay, let's cut this thing in half and we'll both have our share, okay? I'll tell you what, while I'm cutting this, I'll flip you for the bacon lolly.
Oh man, I wanted the bacon lolly. I'm gonna flip for that.
Well, alright. I'll let you have the bacon lolly because I don't think I could flip you anyway.
It is what it is.
Alright, here's yours.
I'm gonna start with the bacon lolly.
Nice. That is, oh. Welcome to Triple B.
Bacon, bacon, bacon.
Sweet.
So, you guys just made the Triple B burger. What are you going to do next?
We're going to
Bacon
Bacon
Fest.
Farm Bacon Fest. See you there, Guy Fieri.
Woo!